What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Parlay Playbook Podcast. It's episode 7. I'm with my co-host, Quabina,
PPP.
and we're here to talk about all things NFL. Week 6 had a lot of highs and lows. There's a lot of news to come out from the week. Starting us off, Tennessee fires head coach Brian Callahan after a rough 1-5 start. Quabina, was this the right decision?
I mean, when you're a team that starts 1-5, you have to blame somebody. Somebody has to take the blame. Somebody has to be the scapegoat, quote unquote. Um, is it the right decision? I don't like. It doesn't really change anything. They still have Cam Ward at the quarterback. I don't think Cam Ward's the answer. I don't think Cam Ward moves the needle. And I'm not to say that Cam Ward is the problem because Will Levis was there last year and it was the same thing. They couldn't get nothing done. I think the team is just not a good team. They don't have a good O line. Their offense, the best player in the offense is Tony Pollard. Like you can't run an offense and your best player on your offense is Tony Pollard.
No.
Yeah, Tony Pollard, not to diss him, like he's a good player. Just that's just not how a winning offense in the NFL will work. So him getting fired as it's like you knew it's always the coaches first. It always comes out the coach. The coach will take the blame first. The coach will get fired first, and the team's struggling before they look at the roster. But I think it's beyond the coach. I don't really think it's Brian Callahan's fault. I don't think he's a great coach. I'm not saying he's Bill Belichick, but I don't necessarily think it's his fault. I think the roster is poorly constructed, and Cam Ward is just not who they thought he was. And like firing him might give the team like extra juice to like what win one more game this year, maybe two. Like still gonna be like 3-14 at the end of the year. So it's
No,
like
you're right. Yeah, I don't think it really did anything, to be honest. But yeah, looks like he's gone. So now on to some injury updates for the Eagles. Eagles, of course, that defense has been taking a beating. Jalen Carter says he will play this week, but Quinyon Mitchell, his status is currently uncertain. Is the Eagles' injury problems really affecting their season, or do you think this is something else that's going on with Philly?
I think Jalen Carter's presence was very missed last week against the Giants, and I think the Giants did a really good job taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
The run game, it was evident that our defense was beat it up. Dude,
Yeah.
Scott was running wherever he wanted. There was really no quarterback contained. Jackson Dart got out of the pocket whenever he wanted. He and like it made Jackson Dart look like a legitimate pro. He was getting out the pocket, having time, got his feet set, made some like sideline throws, like not taking away from Jackson Dart. It was just like that's just not the Eagles defense. Like and so I don't think there's like a bigger panic button, like I said last week. I don't think it's time to hit the panic button. Um, I think like our defense is beat up, but like that's not really an excuse. Like every team gets injuries, every team's hurt. Um, but yeah, I think once we start getting healthy, you're gonna see how big Jalen Carter is. Vikings are not really that crazy of a run heavy team with Carson Wentz. Jordan Mason, like I don't expect him to go off the way Scott went off. Well, we'll
No.
see. But Jalen Carter's back.
The Vikings got the receivers though, and with Quinyon out, that could be
um,
big for them and a problem for you guys.
I have faith in our secondary. Like I feel like we have more depth in our secondary than we do on our line.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the most random thing on our lines is Darius Smith just got up and
Yeah,
retired.
that was
Like,
random as hell. I saw that too. I was like,
I,
what?
I was like, I was just so confused at a time that our D line is already like struggling with injuries and just struggling in general. Just gets up and retires mid season. It's
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
but he wasn't the player he was in like a Lions uniform,
No.
obviously. But I still like the guy. I guess I'm happy for him for retiring, but it's like damn, we did need depth on our D line, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Also, another player that's going to be coming back this week, Cowboys' CeeDee Lamb. He's back after his ankle sprain. What do you think bringing CD back into this offense is going to do for the Cowboys, considering they've been playing really good? What, like, adding a top receiver like that? It's gotta be good, right? Not bad.
I think that ultimately means you have to bench George Pickens on your fantasy. I don't know. See,
Really,
CD Lamb's the one. CD Lamb is like,
Higgins has been on fire though, man. He's been on fire.
and also, um, are you saying the Cowboys have been good or just the Cowboys offense?
No, the Cowboys' offense has been good. Their defense has been terrible, but their offense has looked really good.
Yeah, they let Rico Dowdle run circles around
Yeah,
them
well, their
last.
defense is
That
terrible.
was embarrassing. I feel like
Terrible.
their offense did like have a couple big hiccups last week against the Panthers.
Yeah.
Um, Adding C Lamb is going to make things a lot easier for Dak because now Dak is comfortable. Honestly, this could be a really like blessing in disguise because early in the season, Dak didn't really seem comfortable with Pickens. Right?
Yeah.
When CD was, it was CD. It was always going to CD. Pickens was never really the guy, but now he's got Pickens targets. He feels comfortable with Pickens. I think they built like a pretty decent chemistry over there. Now you're adding CD Lamb, and I think those two weapons together is at full potential. I think that's because they're both really, really, really. I don't want to get into the number games top 10, but they're both really, really good wide receivers in the league.
Yeah.
It may be the best 1-2 duo in the NFL. So I think Dak is gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I think though everybody's gonna benefit. I think the Cowboys will be even more dangerous, but I don't know. I just think it's a little harsh to kick Pickens to the backseat considering the start he's had, but we'll see.
But what do you expect? Like CD Lamb is
He is the
guy.
one,
CD
but
Lamb
Pickens
got
has
paid.
been.
CD Lamb has
Yeah,
been the guy. He just got hurt.
I just don't think. I just think you got to keep Pickens integrated in the
I
offense and
just
still
don't think
give him
he's
a
gonna
lot
be
of.
as big of a.
No, it's fair.
They're a pass heavy team regardless.
Yeah,
It's not like Pickens is not gonna see at least 5 targets a game.
yeah,
But I just see the volume he was getting is just unrealistic with CD Lamb coming back. That's all it is.
yeah,
And at the end of the day, it's not like they're a great team or they've completely figured it out. They're 2, 3, and 1.
yeah.
Like they still got some figuring out to do, and we'll see. I guess.
Another player coming back, well, making their season debut this week is Rashee Rice for the Chiefs. I mean, bringing a guy like this back into this Chiefs offense that has struggled to start the season, but it looks like they're starting to figure things out a little bit more. I mean, injecting a guy like Rashee into this offense, like, are the Chiefs going to be like even more dangerous now than they were before?
Chiefs and dangerous this year. I don't really love those two like
Yeah,
adjectives, really. But Rasheed Rice is a really, 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 really good player, and I think he's gonna like give that offense the juice that they've been looking for because they no longer have Travis Kelsey. Well, they
at the
do have
peak of his
Travis. They
powers.
no longer have Travis Kelsey what he was. He was throwing it to Worthy as the one all year, and Worthy, in my opinion, is not one in the NFL. Worthy is like a
He's a
really
utility
good,
guy.
yeah. Like you use his speed. He's not a great route runner.
No, his route running is not
He's
good.
not a great catcher. He's not. He's not even good at like getting open all that well. Like he's not like and
Rasheed's a clear like number one
no,
wide
like
receiver.
Rashid is like
Yeah,
everything that Patrick Mahomes needs. Um, so I don't know. I was gonna be worried about Kansas if they didn't have that game against the Lions, which was actually like
yeah,
a
they
big
played really well.
shocker to me. Like
Yeah,
their run game looked well. Pat like even their defense looked decent. Like
yeah.
and their defense has never looked decent to me. So Adam Rashid Rice when they're just starting to figure it out is I think it's gonna bode very well for them
Yeah,
actually.
I do agree. Lastly, quickly before we go on to week 7, I want to talk about these LA Chargers uniforms. I know you've seen them. There's a lot of controversy online.
I don't
People
think I've seen
people
them.
love it. You haven't the yellow ones?
No, I don't
The
think I've
yellow
seen them.
ones. Well, yeah, okay. So I'll try and find a picture, but pretty much like the people have been
I'm
going
gonna put a
nuts.
picture right here.
Yeah, I'll put a picture on the screen. people have been going crazy online, like saying that they don't like it or that it's weird, but like some people love it. What do you think? This is kind of the look. Is it kind of weird or?
I kind of like it.
I think it's kind of sick too,
I got.
honestly.
I like. I do like a lot of color rush jerseys. Like when they have the same color up top and down below. Like I kind of like it
So do
more
I.
than the two-tone like white pants with
I
like
agree.
a green top. It's like
I 100%
that's
agree.
more like I like that jersey. What's the It's controversial.
Yeah, like dude, you some like Chargers fans, like all 10 of them are like pissed off because like
But
this
why?
is
It
like
has like it's literally their team color, the Charger, the yellow. Why are we
it's
acting like?
just the yellow is like I don't know, it's like bright, vibrant. I don't know. Like it's
What are
not. I
they
could
worried
see.
about? Like,
I
are they
see
worried
both
about not
sides.
being
Like,
able to see their team on the field?
nah,
Like,
people just think it looks tacky. I don't know.
I'll show you a tacky uniform. This is, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Bengals are wearing those whiteout jerseys for Thursday night football too.
Bengals jerseys are nice. That's probably the best thing about their team, actually.
Well, I guess so. So now that we got the news out of the way, let's get on to week 7 and our predictions for week 7. I guess by the time people watch this, the Bengals and Steelers game won't be on or will have already
By the
happened.
time you watch this, Steelers already won.
So yeah, we'll skip that one. First game of the week in London, LA Rams taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do you think of this one? This is an interesting one going down in London.
Um, it is. I think the Jags started off pretty decent. They've had really good games against good teams. They had a good game against the Broncos. Even though they lost, they had a good game against Kansas. Like they've surprising start to the season. I just don't think they're up there with the two lost teams with the rest of the two lost teams in the NFL. Or two loss, one loss. I just don't think they're up there. Like the Colts are a one loss team, but like you could see them like yeah, the Colts. I could see it with the Colts. I could
Yeah.
see it like defense, offense. Like I could see it. Like they look like a one loss team right now. Jags, not
No,
really.
I
Like
agree with you.
that's like so. I do have the Rams here. Rams offense. I think they're just gonna run circles around them.
Really, I
Um,
I do. I'm with you. I think the Rams take it, but I do think it's going to be a lot closer just because I think the Rams just haven't looked the greatest in the last couple of weeks. I didn't like them versus the Niners. I didn't love their game against the Ravens, honestly. I feel like they just got gifted that game.
against the Ravens
Yeah, I
too.
felt like they just kind of got gifted that game because the Ravens defense is so god awful. Doesn't
So
look like they're going to have
let's
Puka
talk about the
either.
Ravens for a second. The way that Lamar going down and they can't get a goal, like they had the ball on the 1 yard line. They had four
And they
opportunities
couldn't get it
on
in.
the 1 yard line with Derrick Henry. Screw if you have Derrick Henry. You could have who's the smallest back? Kyron
It
Williams? Like
doesn't matter who it is.
you
You're on the
on the
one.
1 yard
Yeah,
line.
like anybody should be able to get in. It's a
It's
one.
like was Lamar that whole team? Like let's really like was Lamar that whole team
I
that
mean, he might be.
that they can't even score a touchdown without him? A
Like
touchdown.
it's crazy.
Lamar went the whole year besides Kansas
It's like,
where
well,
he
look
got
at Joe
injured.
Burrow. It's the same thing. Burrow goes down. The Bengals are god
Well,
awful.
no, the Bengals didn't look good with Burrow though.
They looked better. They're like, there's a clear difference between when he's healthy and when he's not.
Obviously, there is a difference because he is an All-Pro quarterback. I'm not taking that. I get there's a
The Ravens also have more
with
injuries than
quarterbacks.
just
There's a
Lamar.
difference. Like your team is going to fall off once your backup comes in. It's like damn near a fact. But the fall off the Ravens are having, and it's like Cooper Rush to me was never a terrible quarterback. He was never
Still a backup
in
quarterback.
but that's what I'm
He's only
saying.
so good he could be.
But that's what I'm saying. Their defense is
It's
now
terrible and
wait,
hurt.
no, Ravens' defense is coming back. Like they're starting to get healthy. Marlon Humphrey played. I think Kyle Hamilton played.
I don't know if Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey played, but
Hamilton was out still.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
thought he played. But regardless, their defense, they only allowed 17 points against the Rams, who usually score
But yeah.
24 or 30. So it's not like their defense was the problem. They couldn't score. And I think this goes back to like my whole argument about how good Lamar is and why he's the best player in the entire world. Because you could go look at Josh Allen, but Josh Allen single-handedly threw the game against the Falcons on Monday.
And Lamar's never thrown a game.
Lamar's
never thrown a game.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm not done. He single-handedly threw the game against the Falcons. Because
how?
The Bills, the whole argument was, how?
The whole kid ball interception? Are you kidding me? You're gonna blame that on him?
Okay, then what about the 4th and 2 when he had the edge and he does a fucking flip? What about that? He had so many. The whole argument for why Lamar's better that I've been getting was that, or why Josh Allen's better than Lamar is what I've been getting is that Josh Allen does it with way less, and Josh Allen does it. Hold on, Josh Allen does it without a defense. That was the biggest argument. The Bills' defense showed up, like obviously barring the first half. No, I'm not counting the first half. The first half, Bijan, Drake London did whatever the fuck they wanted for sure. But Josh Allen couldn't score. The Bills' offense couldn't score either. So it's like whatever. The second half, they blocked a field goal. They got stops in the second half for Josh Allen to have a chance in a one-possession game. They got him the ball twice in a one-possession game, and he was not able to put points on the board. That is a problem.
You're also discounting that Josh Allen's best, favorite target this season, Dalton Kincaid, missed the game. Like that, you may not, that's a big thing, especially.
Tight end?
That's his favorite target, dude. Their offense sucks. His wide receiver room sucks.
Keon Coleman
sucks. Keon Coleman sucks.
So all time, if
Zay Flowers is better than any receiver on the Bills by a landslide. Landslide. It's not even close.
Zay Flowers is the number one in the NFL.
Yeah.
In what standard? In what standard?
He would be a number one on a lot of teams. He doesn't get the ball.
He's a 5'7" receiver. When can you win in Dallas?
Bro, there's a reason Zay Flowers has 150 yard games.
5'7" receivers like Tyreek Hill because he's the fastest man damn near on the planet. That's why Tyreek Hill is a great. But who else? Who else is that short, that size, that skinny, and is a great receiver?
Wide receiver ones that have multiple 100-yard games are
because Lamar Jackson is the best player in the world. Yeah, it's so clear and obvious.
Lamar doesn't pass to him half the season.
There's players that could play with a backup quarterback. You think Zay Flowers could play with a backup quarterback? You really think?
But not every wide receiver one can play with a backup quarterback. There's a select few that quarterback.
Good wide receiver ones can play with a backup quarterback.
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are the only receivers that are wide.
Jamar Chase is not even great with a backup quarterback.
What are you talking about? I mean, you do not see the last 2 weeks.
You got Joe Flacco. Well,
what about the first 2?
Bro. What about the first 2 weeks when he had Jake Browning?
Okay, he had 2 bad weeks and two bad weeks and 2 good weeks with Jake Browning.
I don't know. I just think
the guy's quarterback proof. He's quarterback proof, and Justin Jefferson is quarterback.
If we're looking down the list of weapons all time, let's just go all time from Lamar's career and Josh Allen's career because Lamar has 2 MVPs. Josh Allen.
Yeah, but you're only gonna bring this up because they both
Stephon Diggs. They both don't have.
I know where you're going with this.
They both don't have a Super Bowl, so we can't even talk about playoffs. They both their teams have fucked up in the Super Bowl, which has nothing to do with them because Bills in the KC game in the overtime had nothing to do with him, and Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews dropping the ball in the goal line for an extra point, and Zay Flowers fumbling on the goal line. It's two things that had nothing to do.
Correct, you're right.
So that's what So if we're going down their offense and their weapons all time, who has better weapons offensively all time?
I mean, when Diggs was there, it was Allen, but when Diggs hasn't been there, it's been Lamar easily.
How?
What do you mean how?
Are we
What do you mean how? Josh's best weapon is James Cook. Lamar's Derrick Henry. What are we talking
about?
And
who's been better this season? Derrick Henry has thrown games. Has literally thrown games.
James Cook has been good for... James Cook hasn't been good for the last 2 games.
Has thrown games. Because they stopped feeding James Cook.
Exactly.
They want to
that's a whole other thing. I agree with you.
First offense.
It's weird. James Cook comes out every third down. I don't know. I think it's weird anyways, but...
I don't know. If you're looking at a guy who's only had Bateman... Hollywood Brown. He had Hollywood Brown for his first 3 years of his NFL career as his number one, mind you, and he still won. And he still won an MVP like that. I think there's levels to that. Now it's not like a a secret. He goes out and they can't score a touchdown on the 1 yard line. Come on, that's the best player in the world. That's the best player in the world.
Anyways, we will disagree on that. I'm sure we'll get into more debates in the future. But let's move on. Continue with the Week 7 picks. What do we have up next? Eagles Vikings.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts on this one. What do you see here?
Um.
Do Eagles drop 3 straight?
No. I know, like, it's always that thing where, like, how the Eagles, 2 years ago, they start. Once it got bad, it got worse, and it got really bad. Then we lost in Tampa in the playoffs. Then last year, it started off bad. We started 2-2. Then everybody was like, hit the panic button. Oh my gosh, why the Eagles love falling apart, bro? Like every team, like you're not gonna win 17 games
No.
in the NFL. Like if you do, like, what's the last team to do it? The Patriots, right? To win 16
I'm pretty
games.
sure, yeah.
They won the Patriots
Yeah.
like time won 16 games. Like you're not gonna win 17 games in the NFL now, modern day NFL. So it's like teams are gonna go at highs, lows. Teams are gonna go through injuries, but at the end of the day, this is a championship team. This team has what it takes to be a champion already because we were the defending champions, and even
Well, yeah.
the season before where we completely collapsed, we were the best team in the league. We're 10-1. Like this is like the Eagles know how to win. That's not a question. They're going through a rough patch with 2 games. The Denver game I wouldn't say was that terrible, even though like our offense stalled in the second half again.
But it happens when you're playing a really good defense.
I don't really think it's defense's fault because in Tampa we had 0 passing yards and our offense stalled. I think like there's something going on. Like it's really difficult. Once again, you have to understand how difficult it is to switch offensive coordinators every single year. Coming up with a new offensive coordinator every single year, it's a whole different scheme that the offensive coordinator is trying to like
I just think it's
implement
also
essentially, and he's trying to like put his print on it, and he's trying to be like a master genius when we could have just stuck with the game plan.
Well, I also think it's everybody wants to eat, but there's not enough food to go around. Like I think you want AJ wants the ball, Devonta, then you got Saquon, and it seems like you
But
guys
they all
either,
can eat.
like you said last week, it's like you guys either only pass or you only run, and there's never a different
That's
approach
why
in
I'm
the
talking
game.
about the offensive coordinator now.
Yeah.
Getting predictable. Why is it that we have the best back in the world, and we have the best receiving core in the world, and we have a great quarterback. So there's no reason that we only get one or the other. It should be a good dose of both, and we'll figure it out. I feel like against the Vikings is a good game for us to figure it out. I don't know if Carson Wentz thinks like he's gonna get like a revenge game or whatnot, what his game plan is there, but I think this is a really good game for us to figure it out. So the Eagles come away with the win.
I think I don't know. I find it tough to see the Eagles dropping 3 straight. The only way I would push back and tip the Vikings would be because the Vikings are coming off the bye and because of the injuries the Eagles have on defense, mainly at corner. I know you said they have depth, but I mean, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison are going to eat in that game no matter what. So either way, I think the Eagles will end up winning, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings ended up pulling off some sort of upset. So, yeah, next up, we got Patriots and Titans, a bit of a dull game. We talked about Brian Callahan at the top of the show. Obviously, he got fired. Maybe the Titans could pull away with a win here. You don't think so? I think the Patriots are playing really good football. I think this is a game they should win, and they probably will win. But like we were talking before, the new coach bounce, it might just go Tennessee's way in just a weird, unpredictable game, but that's kind of a dumb way to base a prediction. So I'm going to say the Patriots end up winning this game.
Yeah, the truth is Cam Ward holds on to the ball way too long.
Facts.
And like as much as I said the O-line is the problem, the team is the problem, they don't have weapons. That is also the truth. But I've seen it more and more with like younger quarterbacks. Get rid of the ball. Like you have it. And I feel like they all need to sit down with like Tom Brady. Who else was really good at this? Peyton Manning. Like those,
literally any great,
they
like any
need to
elite
sit
level
down,
quarterback.
because those quarterbacks were so good at progression 1, progression 2, maybe progression 3, gone. And it's like quick. These players are, I've noticed, I could see it in their eyes. Progression 1. They wait on progression 1. I don't know. They're not open. Okay, progression 2. Oh, shit. There's a D line in my face. And now I'm getting sad.
No, you're right. And
They're
that's
just
because
taking way too long with each progression. And then they're holding on to the ball. You have to be able to, like, make that quick decision. And I think that separates good college quarterbacks from great NFL quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. I agree with you. And I think it's also like, I think a lot of the newer quarterbacks are coming into the league. They're waiting for their receivers to almost finish their route or finish their cut
before they feel comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. When realistically, you just need to look if your receiver's beating his man off the break on the line, because like
right off the line, you should
exactly.
Then you trust your receiver. It's like that's what
Mahomes does.
Tom Brady was so good with it. Yeah,
Mahomes in short distance, he gets that ball off in under a second.
You get that ball out and you trust your receiver to finish that route. That's
exactly.
That's like holding your receivers to a standard of greatness. And you can't only blame like, oh, they don't have receivers out there, but it's like you just said, Mahomes doesn't. Who does Mahomes have that's really that great? Like
he's just confident in his placement of the football.
You know what I'm saying? Like these players have like some sort of standard out there that I'm gonna finish the route. He's gonna place the ball perfectly. I'm gonna run through it. And it's like that's the next step in Cam Ward's game. I'm not saying he doesn't have an arm because I've seen his arm.
No, he's got an arm. He's got an arm. He can throw it.
The guy has an arm. It's like you need to have faith in your play calling. You need to have faith, and you need to be able to like look through what's there, what's not, and you can't just hold on to the ball and get sacked. Him getting strip sacked for a fumble damn near on the line, like that's completely killed the game. And it's like, come on, like that just can't just keep happening. But yeah, he'll figure it out. He's on his 7th game of his career. He'll figure it out. I just don't think, once again, like he's moving the needle. At least this year, things need to change. So the Patriots do win.
Patriots definitely win. All right, now we got a couple. This 1:00 slate is kind of shit. Okay, Panthers, Jets next up. I could see a world where the Jets pick up their first win here at home. I mean, it's tough to pick the Jets. They've been so bad, but I mean, it's not like Carolina's anything to run home about. They're nothing special. Like, I could easily see the Jets winning this game. I think Justin Fields can take over a bit. He can use his legs against a really shitty defense, to be honest. The Panthers aren't great. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game, but I'm going to back the Jets to finally get their first win and edge out the Panthers at home.
I think it's going to come down to what defense could stop the run. The run game is going to be like a huge factor in this game, especially with the Panthers. Recently, Rico just going off, like just past 2 games going off.
Chuba's coming back.
Chuba's back this week. Hopefully, he's questionable. The Jets is a run-first team with Breeze and Justin Fields. It's just like, I just don't know if Justin Fields lost confidence. Like,
he's probably losing confidence, but again,
I think, to start that off, like just to have this conversation, I'm not one to call for like any coach's job, but Aaron Glenn, I don't like him as a head coach at all.
I just don't know like if it does anything at this point. Like I really don't think there's anybody you bring in that could be better.
We just talk about the tight ends, how that does not do anything. Them firing the head coach, that doesn't move the needle.
I think the Jets.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think the Jets defense plays well enough, and their offense has enough talented players to where they should not. There's no world they should be an 0-5, 0-6 team.
I agree with you.
There's no world that.
But there's been multiple coaches that come in there and nothing happens.
But there's like obvious.
And there's obvious issues with
obviously
Justin Fields,
issues with. I'll get to Justin Fields, but there's obvious issues with Aaron Glenn. For example, the 2-minute offense at the end of the at halftime. Your team hasn't been able to score all time, and you play fucking concern. Like, come on, that is terrible.
No, it was
letting
terrible.
The clock run out.
Yeah, Dude,
That is
it was embarrassing.
horrible.
No, you're right.
That
It
is
was.
horrible. Like that is beyond, like, that is terrible. There were so many just nitty gritty terrible decisions running in on third. That is like you have no faith in your quarterback, none at all.
No, you're
And
right.
how is your quarterback going to perform? Justin Fields made some terrible passes. He missed Garrett Wilson by throwing it behind him. He made some terrible passes, terrible plays. But this was a one possession game. They were up. They were actually up by 1 point.
Yeah, they were.
With
They
the
were.
ball.
They were.
And it's like, it just turned into a punt fest. And there's like, oh, faith in D, faith in D. There's only so much a defense can do without the offense scoring. You have to be able to score. You have to take risks. You have to be able to put points on the board so your defense is comfortable. And it's like Aaron Glenn was like playing like, oh, our defense got it. Your offense can't score.
Yeah. No, their offense
Figure
can't
it
score.
out. Like 4th and 2s, go for it. Like take a risk. You're 0-5. He was not coaching like he's an 0-5 team. He was coaching like he was a 4-1 team, and like there's a team that's also 4-1 that's on his ass. That it's like he has to play conservative to the point where it's like this playoff implications. You are an 0-5 team. Like, you are not a good team. You are the team that haven't. If anything, the Broncos should have been the team playing conservative. The Broncos played shit too. Not to say that like the Broncos were perfect. The Broncos offense is a whole different other story, and that is really worse because they are.
Okay, stay on topic.
They're
Let's stay with the
arguably a
Jets.
good team. So, but that's completely off topic. Anyways, I don't know who wins this game. I do hope the Jets win, but I would say the Jets win. Is Aaron Glenn is. I just don't love what he's doing out there. I don't.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with him. We're both taking the Jets. Let's fly through some of these. We got Dolphins Browns. I mean, another pretty dead game. What do you see happening in this one?
I think the Dolphins win. I think Dylan Gabriel. Oh, just once again another example of a player that's just not it. Another example of a player who holds the ball too long. He's just honestly, I just don't think his arm is good at all. It's completely different with Cam Ward. Cam Ward you see the talent in Cam Ward. I don't see the talent in Dylan Gabriel at all.
Neither do I.
And until Shador Sanders starts, the Browns I don't think are winning another game. To be honest, with all honesty, I know I've been saying this since week 1. I'm so truthful. Dolphins is a scary, terrible team. Like, I don't get how they're manage
garbage, man.
to blow games every single week. And Tua cannot be a starting quarterback next season. I don't believe.
I agree with you.
I don't believe he could be a starting quarterback next season. And the Browns defense is really good. I think they're starting to get frustrated. Myles Garrett said something about yeah, we're frustrated. Like, there's only so much we could do. It's like every week, it's the same situation.
No, you're
Give
right.
up no points and the offense can't score. I'd be mad too. So, yeah, it's good. I think the Dolphins win. I just don't think the Browns are gonna be able to put them enough points.
I mean, I think that's a fair analysis, but I'm gonna go against. I think the Browns actually win this game. I think the Browns, if they can hold an offense, then I think they're going to be able to win games. And I think they can stop this Miami offense. I think it's very predictable at this point. I think Tua is going to get absolutely destroyed in that pocket with that Browns pass rush. And I think the Browns are going to edge out a really low-scoring game and win by like a field goal, to be honest. So that's what I'm going to go with. Next up, we have the Saints in Chicago taking on the Bears. Bears have looked pretty good. We're able to pick up that win against Washington on Monday Night Football. The Saints also haven't been as bad as I think we all thought they were going to be. They're still bad, but not extremely bad. For me, I think this is a game Chicago needs to win, and I think they will win this. I like the way the Bears are playing. They're not playing exceptional football. They're still making mistakes, but honestly, I think they look better and better on offense every week, and they're going to keep getting healthier on defense as the season goes on. So for me, I'm going to take the Bears here to beat the Saints at home for sure.
Yeah, the Bears, as much as like that game was gifted to them against the Commanders, they stuck in it for a while.
Yeah.
Started raiding, and it was just like turned into like just a shit fest.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't a pretty game at all. I don't think the Bears themselves are being like, yeah, I guess because they got
Bro, I
paid
mean, they
out
got to win,
last year,
and yeah,
yeah. But I don't think that was an amazing win. I just think it was like an unfortunate loss for the Commanders with the fumble and such. But I do think the Bears look better than last year. Better, they're like honestly a decent team. I would say if Swift continues to figure it out, because
yeah,
Swift figured it out last week.
exactly.
I'm not too high on Caleb Williams, but their receiving core is really good
It's really
too.
good.
So yeah, I don't think the Saints are
I just don't think
anywhere
they'll be able to
near,
keep up.
yeah, at all. So I got the Bears winning.
Next up, Raiders Chiefs. I mean, I don't think we got to spend too much time on this one. I think we both are gonna have the same answer. We've both been just disappointed with the Raiders football. I'm taking the Chiefs, and I'm taking any spread that's going on. I think they're gonna smash them in this game. To be honest with you,
Yeah, the Chiefs haven't, or the Raiders have been
just god
embarrassing,
awful.
bro. Like I don't know, Geno Smith is just making bad decisions once again, and
They're
Chiefs
garbage.
is starting to figure it out.
Chiefs, yeah, they'll win. Next up, on to 4 o'clock games. Colts and Chargers. This should be a pretty interesting matchup, honestly. Of course, the Colts have been the biggest shock of the season. I think that's fair to say. And the Chargers, I mean, they started off super hot, lost both their tackles, lost their running backs. Things are looking a little bleak for them. This is the toughest game I think on the slate to predict this week. To be honest with you, I am leaning Colts just because they're healthier, but they are also on the road. So I don't know. I'm torn on this one. What do you think?
I do think that I think the Colts win. I think the Colts come away
Yeah.
with victory. The Chargers, even with a win last week against the Dolphins, they have looked terrible. Like they haven't looked good at all
Since Joe All went down.
honestly, well, all in all honesty, they haven't
Yeah.
looked that good. Against the Commanders, the first half they looked decent. Then there was like penalties and they couldn't score. They haven't looked really good. The Colts have been on fire. Like the Colts have looked honestly really good. Like
Yeah.
Daniel Jones has been more than serviceable.
Jonathan Taylor's the new
Jonathan
favorite for
Taylor.
Offensive Player of the Year. Did you see that?
I mean, yeah, he's back. Like he's back, man. Like
He's averaging 100 yards rushing a game. So, I mean, sure.
he's overly back. So it's like, yeah, I really do like the Colts this game,
I agree.
and I do like Jonathan Taylor to like get into the end zone.
Oh, for sure.
With 80, 100. Honestly, 100 yards and his end zone.
I like
whatever
that as well.
Small little parlay is. We'll
It's
figure
probably
it
not
out
great
during
odds
this game.
because they're murdering JT's odds, but whatever. Next up, Giants Broncos. This is a much more interesting game than a lot of people would have thought. I mean, Dart and Scadaboo, they were able to beat the Eagles. Who's to say they can't do the same thing against Denver? I mean, I don't think the Giants will win this game. I think Denver at home. They had a bit of a hiccup, kind of a hiccup against the Jets, but I think there was a lot of factors as to why they played the way they did in that game. I think just London in general having to go over there, I think that affected them. I also think just being at home now, they're going to have the Giants, a team that, yeah, has looked good, Dart, Scadaboo, but the Broncos have one of the best run defenses in the NFL. They just activated Dre Greenlaw off IR. He's set to make his debut this week for the Broncos. So, I don't know. I think a lot of things are pointing to a Broncos win here in a pretty competitive game, though. I don't think they're just going to blow the Giants out, to be honest. But yeah, I got Broncos.
In all honesty, I'll put it like this. Jackson Dart is riding high, but at the same time, right after the Chargers win, he was riding a high. They went against the Saints and shit the bed.
Yeah,
Like he
no, you're
man,
right.
and they had every opportunity to beat the Saints, and I look at Saints as the worst team in the NFL. Now, I might give it to the Titans, but
Yeah.
the Saints are the worst team in the NFL to me, one or two, and they completely shit the bed. Then they came out and randomly smoked the Eagles, but then now I'm looking at it, it's like the Eagles' defense was depleted, like, and our offense wasn't doing much. So like Dart against a really good defense,
I think he
and the
struggles.
Saints defense played pretty decent against them. I just don't think they're gonna do much.
I agree.
I think the Broncos are gonna come away with the victory, but it really depends because the Giants defense is also good, and the Broncos offense has looked horrible.
I think it was one bad game. I think to say they looked horrible is absolutely stupid, honestly.
I think they've looked terrible,
I think that's a terrible
actually.
take.
And I don't think they've looked good all year. I don't think they looked great against the Eagles either.
Good enough to win.
I mean,
all right, next up, Packers Cardinals in Arizona. I mean, I think I'm leaning Packers. I don't know if Kyler Murray's healthy for this game or not, but I don't think it matters either way. Marvin Harrison's definitely not playing. It's a big lean on the Packers here. Packers are an interesting team. Sometimes they kind of show up and you're like, how is this like a good team? But sometimes they show up and just absolutely smash their opponents. So I don't know what version of the Packers we're going to get in this game, but I think the Packers are going to do really well. Arizona also is one of the worst run defenses in the league, so maybe Josh Jacobs over his rushing yards could be a prop you look at. But, yeah, I'm taking Packers. What about you?
Honestly, I feel bad for Jonathan Gannon because he's about to get fired.
Yeah, he probably will get fired after this game.
And it's like not so much his fault because even last week, and they're going to ignore it, the Cards had a really good game against the red hot Colts.
They did.
Jacoby Brissett came in there and ran the offense like Kyler Murray was in there. Like
that's what happens when your QB can see over the O-line, I guess.
They had a good game, which is like once again I just feel bad for Jonathan Gannon because they're gonna keep losing like these nitty gritty close games, and the Packers have not looked good. And from week one, the Packers being one of the favorites because they got Michael Parsons.
Beat the Lions week one. Everybody was hot after that.
And they just like been downhill since losing the Browns, like having a close game against the Bengals. They have not looked like remotely like a championship contender at all to me. But the Packers do win. I just feel bad for Jonathan Gannon because I think his job is on the line and it's not looking good.
Yep. Commanders, Cowboys next up. Big divisional matchup here. How do you see this one going with CeeDee Lamb's return?
I think this, if anything, is the game of the week for me.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough game to call. I think it's going to be really good offense. I think that the Commanders should have won last week against the Bears, and it was unfortunate. And it was funny that it was Jake Moody on Deebo Samuels who kicked the game winner. But I do think the Cowboys win, though. I do think the Cowboys win.
I do, too. I agree with you. I think the Cowboys win this.
I just think that, like, Commanders haven't looked like the Commanders from last year at all. They've shown flashes, like, against the Chargers, but I think more so the Chargers gave them that game more than the Commanders went out there wide.
I was going to say that.
And against the Chargers, the run game was working really well. Like, JCM was playing great, and that run game just wasn't there last week.
I think the Commanders are good, not great.
Essentially, but I don't think the Cowgirls are great either.
No.
I just think it's going to come down to an offensive warfare, and I think the Cowboys win. The only thing pointing to the Commanders for me is if they get this run game going on Sunday, I think the Cowboys have no shot because any team that's heavy run have just fried the Cowboys.
No, you're right.
Just fried. And it's like the Panthers didn't play an amazing game. They just couldn't stop Rico. They couldn't. They just could not stop. Even at towards the end of the game, they just needed one stop. They had all their timeouts. They just could not stop the man.
Yeah, you're right. I think the Commanders just, I don't know. I think their defense, like you were saying before, I just don't think their defense is going to be able to keep up with the Cowboys' offense. I don't think they're going to be able to stop them. And I don't think Cowboys' defense is going to be able to stop Washington, like you said. I think it's going to be a shootout that the Cowboys are just on the right side of, to be honest. So I agree with you with the Cowboys. On to primetime Sunday Night Football. Atlanta Falcons take on the San Francisco 49ers. This is honestly a fun one.
I don't know. They need to change that primetime. Like, certain teams just keep getting primetimes, and I just don't understand it. Like,
Falcons play a shit ton of primetime.
The Falcons get a crazy
Bills.
amount. The Bills get a primetime damn near every week. Are Bills on bye this week?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
Bills get a primetime every week. Eagles never get a primetime game, which is weird because they are a Super Bowl champion. Like,
There's just teams that get a bunch that it's just weird. Like the
49ers,
Falcons are a
I
weird
think
one.
this is their second or third primetime
Yeah.
game this season.
But the Niners are like a big team with a lot of fans. I kind of get that. It's just like the Falcons, like that's a weird one for me.
But I get that the
Giants
schedule,
also get way too many primetime games for how good they actually are.
and I get this. The schedule is built before the season starts, but like before the season started, did you really look at the 49ers and the Falcons as like, yeah, I need everybody to watch that. And we need that to be the game. Or did you look at like Texans Seahawks as
No, 100%.
I don't know. But to answer the question of who wins this game,
It's a tough one, honestly. It's a really tough one to predict, considering how the Falcons played last week.
the Falcons played really good. But the Falcons have also played really bad. They scored 0 points against the Panthers. So to quicken that up,
It's a new team every week with the Falcons. I heard the Niners are getting some dudes back. Apparently, George Kittle.
Fred Warner.
Yeah, you're right. They did. Their defense is going to take a major hit, but their offense might get better. Like they're getting Kittle back. I don't know about Purdy.
I hope the Falcons.
And I think Purcell might be coming back too.
I hope the Falcons haven't figured it out now, so I think the Falcons go and win. What do you think?
I think the Falcons might take this too in a really, really close game. So, yeah, I'm going to take them. Now, again, 2 Monday night games. I don't know why they keep doing this, especially with that second game, that stupid start time.
Honestly, I'd rather this start time, 7 and 10, than 7:15 and 8:15.
Really? I like that
Because
they're
I don't
both
like
on.
they're all at the
Really?
same time.
I do.
I like, because this is like kind of matches like the way the NBA does it more so. The NBA will go like maybe on Thursdays it's a doubleheader, one game, then when the game ends, there's another game.
Yeah, it's like the NHL too. Same thing.
Yeah, I like when wait till this game ends and get this game going. I like that. So there's a lot of.
It's just but there's a lot. Like, dude, that's I mean that game's almost impossible to watch. Like 10
p.m.
That's late for football because football games take a while. But either way, Bucks Lions. That one this might be my game of the week. I think honestly.
You think so?
I think the Bucks have a lot of injuries, and I think this is a massive. If Baker somehow gets the win over the Lions this week,
he's the MVP.
Yeah, because I really don't think they are going to win. I think the Lions win this because they're coming off of that loss to the Chiefs. They're going to be pissed off. Baker literally has no weapons. Evans, Godwin, Ibuka, all are going to be out. So
Ibuka's confirmed out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
so. Unfortunate. He's been playing so good. But, yeah, I'm taking the Lions in a revenge game after losing to the Chiefs. I think they're going to play really hungry, and they're going to try and run it up.
Yeah, I think the Lions come away with the victory. I wish I got to see this with the Buccaneers full lineup the way that they did.
I know, same.
Which is just a shame. It's just bad timing, but
not even Bucky's going to be back either. They got literally nobody, but they got Baker Mayfield and might just be enough.
Baker Mayfield, Tez Johnson, Sherman Shepard, and a dream.
Yep, pretty much.
So the Lions are going to come away with a victory, but it's kind of a shame.
Now our last game of the week is the Texans in Seattle to take on the Seahawks at 10 p.m. on a Monday night. Good job, NFL. What do we think here? I mean, I think we're both going to lean one way because we both can't stand the other team.
The Seahawks are going to win.
Yeah, Seahawks are going to win this game. Texans are they're god-awful. They're the Texans. It's a staple at this point on the show. We never pick the Texans because the one time we did, they didn't do very well for us. So they're not a good football team. They don't put enough together.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. But
I don't get it either. But
Seahawks win.
Yeah, Seahawks win. JSN's going to go off. So now I guess we should move on to our fantasy sit and starts for the week. Of course, we pick 3 starts, 3 sits. You wanna do the starts or you wanna do sits? What are you feeling?
It's whatever it is. I'll start with the starts.
Okay, so there's our 3 starts.
No, I'll do sits.
You'll do sits? Okay.
Sits.
All right, okay. So I'll do the starts. First up, we mentioned him briefly there, Sterling Shepard. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have absolutely nobody in their wide receiver room right now. There's a chance he might be the one. Tez Johnson might be the one. Either way, Sterling Shepard's going to get the football in a game where the Bucs are going to absolutely need to pass. So he would definitely be a start. If he's on your waiver wire, go and grab him. Next up, Kayshon Boutte. New England Patriots wide receiver. He seems to be the deep threat in this offense. He had a really good game last week. I don't know if he's going to repeat that, but I think he could do well in a favorable matchup here against the Tennessee Titans. Their defense is pretty dog water, honestly, and if anybody is going to be locked up, it's going to be Diggs from Snead. So I think Kayshon Boutte is going to be open and could have a chance to eat once again. Lastly, Bam Knight, running back for the Arizona Cardinals. We thought it was Michael Carter. We thought it was DeMarcado, but looks like it's neither one of them. Bam Knight got the most touches in that last game versus the Colts, and he found the end zone as well. Seems to be the red zone back. I like him a lot, and he's available in a lot of leagues. So those are the starts for the week. Quabina is going to give you guys who you should be sitting now.
To sit this week, I would go with the Panthers running backs, either Chuba Hubbard or Rico Dowdle. That is because I feel like it's going to be a little weird limbo how good Rico's been playing and how they paid Chuba, and Chuba has been the guy. It's going to be a weird limbo how they're going to split snaps. I feel like they're both not going to be able to get their game going enough for both of them to have a impactful game in fantasy. Then we got Hollywood Brown. Unfortunately, Hollywood Brown is going to be on the short end of the stick with Rashid Rice coming back. They just have too many weapons now. Worthy, even Juju Smith and Rashid Rice, Hollywood Brown is no longer going to be, his need is going to decrease because he's primarily a deep threat. Now we're going to move Worthy back out to the out. Rashid Rice is going to come into the slide. Just there's no real space for him. Then DJ Moore. First, you got to sit DJ Moore. He's a good receiver. I just think the Bears have too many passing options. Cole Kmet, Roma Duze, he loves passing to DeAndre Smith. And I just think, once again, DJ Moore just gets the short end of the stick, and he does not get as many touches as you would like to start him in fantasy this week.
I agree with you 100%. So now, last segment of the week, we're going on to the playbook. This is where we give you guys our bets and parlays for the week. I got a touchdown parlay. Quabina has a money line parlay. So I'll start things off for us. I'll do my parlay first. So I'm going with 4 legs this week. They've absolutely murdered the touchdown odds. Usually happens halfway through the NFL season. The books realize that they're getting absolutely fleeced, so now they try and fleece everybody back. First leg, J.K. Dobbins, anytime touchdown. The Giants allow a lot of rushing TDs to running backs. J.K. Dobbins didn't get in last week, and I think he's going to be used a lot in this game, and he's going to be looked upon, especially in the red zone. Leg 2, Roma Dunze, anytime touchdown. The Bears are going to be passing the ball in this game. He wasn't able to get in last week. He scored every other week. I think he's just a shoo-in, to be honest. Leg 3, Justin Jefferson, anytime touchdown versus the Eagles. I mentioned how the Eagles have some problems on defense, especially at corner. I think Jefferson is going to have a big game, to be honest with you, and he hasn't scored a touchdown for a while, so he's very due. I think he gets in. And then the final leg, Devontae Adams, anytime TD. We're running it back in London this time. Full week as the number 1 wide receiver. I think he's going to be looked upon a lot in this game. He's going to eat a shit ton of targets, and the Jacksonville Jaguars DBs absolutely suck. Devontae Adams to get in for sure.
To get the money line parlay going, I would start it off with the Rams really early in London against the Jacksonville Jaguars for the reasons I've already said before. I think the Rams offense is too high powered. The defense is really good, and I just don't think the Jaguars are a normal 4-2 team. Then we got the Miami Dolphins. Once again, at plus money, at plus 125. I think it's great value. I just don't think Dylan Gabriel has enough to win a game in the NFL as well as the Browns defenses. I just don't think Dylan Gabriel is going to output enough offense for them to come up with a victory. Then we got the Eagles money line at minus 125 as well. Great. I just don't see the defending champions dropping 3 games in a row against the Vikings, against, once again, a backup quarterback, Carson Wentz. I just don't think the Vikings have shown enough this year to say that the Vikings could beat the Eagles. And to end off this parlay, I got the Indianapolis Colts. If anything, that's the wild card of the parlay. That's the addition if you want to take anything out, but I wouldn't. I just think the Chargers are too beat up. The Colts are on fire. And I just think the Colts keep it going. And $100 in this parlay pays out to $1,400. So just keep that in mind. That's the money line parlay, and that's what we got for today.
Yes, sir. So that is going to conclude another episode of the Parlay Playbook Podcast. Those are our picks for the week. Let us know if you guys agree with those suggestions in the comments. And yeah, thank you all for watching this episode. We'll catch you all in the next one.